Hello, and welcome. This is Sobanjo. Now, live streaming has become the newest thing in town that everybody uses for their marketing. Okay, and today I know that a lot of people here have been asking questions around, how can I get streaming? How can I get engagements on my live streams? Okay, a lot of people want to do this, but it's really hard to know how to actually make it work. And this is why I decided to do this, because I've been using Facebook Live for 3 years now, and that's why I decided, what, I better share some of my favorite tips with you all, so that you know exactly what to do with your live streaming. Now, if you're here watching live, why don't you do hashtag live in the comments? And if you're watching the replay, please do hashtag replay, so that I can connect with you. And if you're watching from YouTube also, just turn on, just like and let's get into this. Okay, now if you can hear me, just do a hashtag live or hashtag I can hear you loud and clear, something like that will be really good. Okay, because today, as a matter of fact, I'm actually streaming to a couple of places. Okay, so I'm testing out some of the softwares that I have that I can use to spread my word out there. So I'm actually live in all of my groups, and I'm also live on on YouTube as well. So if you're wherever you're watching this, please say in the comments so that I can connect with you. All right, so without wasting much time, let's jump in. Okay, now the fact that I said let's jump in is actually the very first thing that I'd like to mention. Now, because today I've done a little bit of housekeeping a little bit before I jumped into the material that I have for you, that's the very first, and this is like a pre-pro tip that I'm sharing with you today, because I want you to know this, that even though it's live stream, you still want to jump into the message or the material that you have for your people early enough. Okay, because if you don't jump in early enough, you're going to lose out on the early watchers. Okay, so you don't want to wait. I see a lot of people would go live and they'll be like, hello everybody, waiting for somebody to join. I'm live, are you gonna join me? I want you to bring it back to the mindset of doing a pre-recorded videos. The pre-recorded videos. If you're doing the pre-recorded videos, you'll likely not, wait for somebody to come and watch. You just go and start doing the recording, okay? So the same mindset needs to come into this, that, when you're doing it with the mind of a lot of people are going to catch the replay. And so because of the fact that a lot of people are going to catch the replay, you want to jump straight into whatever it is that you have for them. Okay, so now this is one major thing, because apart from the fact that you're going to have people watching you live, okay, watching and hanging out with you live, so a lot more are going to join the replay, and that's what I have discovered. Okay, so I want you to rest assured that it doesn't matter whether it's live or the replay, people are getting what message that you're trying to pass across. Okay, now it's fun when you have people that are interacting with you live, because you can ask questions and you can ask them, what are you seeing, what do you get it, and you can interact with them, so this is extremely important. And a lot of times, the one idea actually that a lot of people leave out, because when I was doing the preparation for this live today, I did a little bit of research, and when I'm talking about doing consistent, content creation, there's research that is involved. Okay, so I looked around and I looked to see what people are saying, and there are many videos out there, but I decided to do this just so you get exact what you need to pay attention to. And I discovered that there's one major idea and tip that nobody talks about. Nobody wants to talk about that because it's the main thing. Okay. And if you're meeting me for the first time, I'm the video strategist and the business coach. So I want you to use videos to make businesses, to make your business work. Okay. And so a lot of times people leave out on the juice of the information. And the juice is, first, before you start to do your live stream, have an idea of who you're doing the live stream for. Okay. Now, when we start doing business coaching, when I do with my clients, most of the times get tired of hearing ideal client. Okay. Because if you don't know who the person is that you're making the videos for, what would happen is your message will not be clear, and you would continue to just perambulate and go round and round, because it's not for the people that you're making it for. So as long as you have a clear idea of who you're doing your videos for, it eliminates a lot of the stress that you would have had. Okay. It eliminates a lot of the stress that you would have had, because now who you're doing the videos for. And then, remember when I said I did the research? When you're doing your research, you do the research for the people that are your ideal audience, ideal clients. Mostly your ideal clients are extremely important. And it doesn't matter where you're doing your videos, okay? Whether you're doing it on your personal profile, there are different strategies around that, whether you're doing it on your personal profile, or you're doing it on your business page, or you're doing it in your group. Okay, it doesn't matter where you're doing it. Knowing who you're doing it for is extremely important, and then that also would determine what you're going to do. Now, I'd like to get comments now, because of the fact that Okay. So I'm thinking I'm gonna need to get my comments from somewhere else today. So if you're getting this and you have a comment, can you? Okay. Now I can see the people that are live with me. Abiodun, nice to have you. And I can see Mary. I can see other people that are watching. Thank you. Now, so it's extremely important that you know who you're doing your live streaming for. Know who it is. Okay. For example, if I'm trying to remember, I'm not sure if Mary was the pharmacist. Okay. If you are, just give me a comment leave me a comment there. I'd like to know if you're a pharmacist and you're doing your videos to educate people about, maybe their health or, drug usage or things like that, if you're not clear, okay, okay, very good. I'm glad you can see me, Nkechi. Thank you. So if you're not able to clearly know who that message is for, who your message is serving, what would happen is you start to go around and around and around, and then after a while, people are not able to, get exactly what it is that you're sharing with them. If today you come and you're talking about, travel, and then tomorrow you come and you're talking about, pets, okay? After a while, people are not able to deliberately know what exactly is this person saying. Okay, so that's why I want you to clarify. Okay, and then even when we start to talk about, because I see Nkechi jump on there, and I'm thinking you're the advocate for boys. Okay, if I'm getting it right, please remind me or correct me. So the question is, are you doing it for the boys, or for the moms of the boys, or for the dads of the boys? Okay. Now, the idea is it can sound a little, difficult to understand, because of the fact that you start to wonder, okay, they all need to hear me. But that's the biggest problem that a lot of people face. Very good. That's the biggest problem that a lot of people face when you're trying to get people to, most of the people that I work with, you want to do videos so that you can sell a product that you have. so that you can sell a service that you have. Now, for me, what I have is I have different things that I do with my clients. Okay. I have my consulting, I have my coaching, I have my academy. Okay. So different things that I have, I sell. Okay. And this is exactly the same thing that you're going to do, that as you're, and so because of the fact that I have my consulting, I have my coaching, and I have my academy, my message always leads to either of my products that I sell. My message always leads to that, because most of the people that I get as clients, as a matter of fact, yesterday we had the very first, monthly meeting in the academy. It's a brand new academy that I just designed for people that are just starting out. They can't afford coaching yet, or they can't see the need for coaching yet, or consulting. They're not at that stage. Okay. Or some of them have gone through the coaching and they need more hand holding. This is exactly, what that academy is about. And so when I was in the, meeting yesterday, the video call that we had yesterday, beautiful people, wonderful people, but you see, the thing is, each one of those people came in as a result of the live streams that I do. Last week, I had another client, in my consulting business, where I was helping them to run their show and run, the big events that they had, and this exactly the same way I got my clients to sign up to work with me. Okay, so you have to, before you just go out there and start to do videos and videos and videos, which is what I'm going to be talking about next, you need to first of all know who is my target audience, who is my target client that I'm doing this for. Okay, so if you want to tell me in the comments, do you know who your audience is? Do you know who you're doing your videos, your live stream videos for? Okay, please put it in the comments. If you know the people, put the name of the people. Okay, I help women, or not women is too blanket. Okay, moms of boys. Okay, I'm a mom of boys, right? And just write it in the comments, and let's look at it together. Okay, because it's extremely important that you know exactly who you are doing your live stream for. Now, the next thing after knowing exactly who your target audience is you need to commit to a schedule. Okay, when you're doing your videos, you need to commit to a schedule, and you have to commit to doing it consistently. Okay, now a lot of times, people think that I can just, go online and I start to do videos, and it doesn't matter if I come back tomorrow. In short, I don't feel like it, because videos can be like that, where you're just like, you know what, I don't feel like doing videos today. I'm not going to do videos today. Now, I want you to picture it like this. Imagine you have a store and you choose not to go to your store, to open up your store. What would happen? After a while, the first time somebody comes up and they try to, reach out to you, they don't find you. The next time they find you, and then the next time they don't find you. After a while, they say, this guy is not serious, or this lady is not serious. Okay, so this is exactly, again, all the videos that I do them to, and that I want my clients to do would be educational, inspirational, different things that you're going to be sharing in your message. You want to share it with the aim of some of the people that are watching you live would be interested to work with you one-on-one, or to work with you in whatever it is that you sell, even if it's a product that you sell. If you're sharing on, live stream like that, you're able to consistently gather, a group of people that need your expertise. Okay, that need your expertise, and all you have to do is just show them how to get more from you. Okay, so but if you don't have this consistently, if you don't set it up to happen consistently, what would happen is you're not going to, get the traction that you want for your live stream. Again, remember, in order for you to make it, you have to do it consistently. Okay, I think there's a comment there. I'm sorry, I'm looking down because that's why my comment is, I just realized from what you're saying that my target audience is specifically mothers with son. I was targeting daddies and mommies. That thanks for that aha moment. Fantastic, fantastic. As a matter of fact, this is exactly the same aha moment that one of my clients got in the academy yesterday, where we were saying, no. You don't just reach out to everybody. If you reach out to everybody, what would happen is the people that don't need to hear you will be hearing you. And the one that would need to make the decision is not the one that is listening to you. So, and then even the times that you're speaking to the one that makes the decision, you're talking as if you're talking to the one that just needs to have the information, so all of these are modeled up, and if you're not clear on who you're serving, it's just gonna go like that. So I'm really glad, Nkechi, that you got that from the message. All right, so now the idea is, I've already shared, for those of you that are just joining us, I'm sharing some of the tips that I have learned over the last 3 years, more than 3 years now, that I've been doing Facebook Live, and as a matter of fact, today I'm posting, I think and I believe that I'm posting this to my YouTube channel, okay? Because I have a tool here that I'm using to post, and to do the two at the same time, but it's the very first time that I'm doing it officially. So I'm just hoping and trusting that it's also in YouTube. But if not, that's fine as well. I can always go add it there. Yeah. So, but also, I was talking and I said, the very first thing that you need to do is, when you do your live stream videos, you don't start, by perambulating and waiting and wondering, I'm live, anybody join me, and then the next one is, you want to, be sure who your ideal client is. Who are you talking to? Who is your video for? Okay. So that when you're doing the research, you do your research with that in mind. And this one actually is the biggest of the biggest, because, and that's, I'm in short, this is what I share with my clients. Okay. So you're getting you're getting more from me today, because, this is exactly this is the big strategy behind doing live videos. Okay. And then I talked about being consistent. I also talked about, the fact that when you're doing your live stream, don't wait and hope, just waste time at the beginning. Go straight to the point. Do it like a pre-recorded video, but then interact with people as they join you as well. Okay, so I have number 4 of them already shared, and the last one, and if I feel like it, I may just add another one, but I'd like to hear from you. Okay, so leave me a comment. If I hear comments in the chat, I'm going to add maybe 2 other points. Okay, if I hear comments, and if you're watching this, you want to wait till the end to see. Let's hope that the people that are watching live would give you the opportunity to ask more, to get more from me. Okay, now this other tip also is like a grandfather tip. Okay, this one, I gave you the foundational tip. Okay, there's also now the grandfather tip that would determine a lot of the kind of success that you're going to get with your live stream. Okay, and that is okay. I still didn't get any comments I didn't get anything in the comments, so I'm still waiting. But the last one right now, if I don't get any comments, if I don't hear from you, I'm going to keep the rest of my comments of my tips. Yeah, so anyway, the idea is that grandfather tip that I want you to pay close attention to is, if you really want to sell your product, whether it's a service-based service, or whether it's just whether it's a product, physical products that you sell, or whether it's, a freelance service or agency or any kind of thing like that, what you need to do is you need to plan it in advance. And there's something we call the pre-promotion and the post-promotion. Pre-promotion and the post-promotion. Now, what do I mean by that? Pre-promotion is before you go live, you want to tell people that you're going live. Okay, you want to tell people that you're going live. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to have a lot of people show up, depending on your audience, okay, and depending on the time of day that you're doing your live stream, okay, and depending on where people are in the world that are listening to you, but it helps to increase the views that you're going to get, okay, by telling people that, okay, very good, I can see some lives, okay, some questions or comments. I'm going to get to that. So the idea is when you tell people that you're going to go live, they will make, they would make time available, or they will plan to join you. Okay, they'll plan to join you live. Some of you are here because you got the pre-promotion. Okay, that this is what I'm going to be talking about. And as a matter of fact, I go live every single Tuesday. I do this because I want to help you. Okay, if I never go live, I continue to have my clients, and I have everything that I have set up, and I do ads, I do all these things, if I never go live, in short, some of my friends don't go live. They just say, you know what, but I like the connection that I have with the people, because I get to connect with you. I get to hear what are some of the questions that you have, so that whether it's when I'm doing another live stream, or whether it's, for my paid programs, I can fine tune and help my people. Okay, I was saying to the people in my academy yesterday that I've been a part of different programs that I paid so much money and I didn't get as much. And the kind of results that I'm helping them get in the academy, my basic program right now, is the kind that I paid $2,000, $3,000 a month to get. Okay, so it's this is the reason why I do this, because I know that different people are at different levels, and different people would be ready to take different actions. Okay, so when you pre-promote, people would be able to join you. Emails, you can send it to people in emails. You can create an event around your post. I have a program that I use for Mac users that you can use to pre-schedule your live stream. This is even if you don't have this, I use Ecamm, and if you want to get a trial version of Ecamm, just go to olusobanjo.com/Ecamm, okay? And you would be able to get, I think it's a 14 days trial, okay, of that. But even with with Facebook, if you go to the Facebook producer, you would be able to schedule your post and tell people, I'm going to be going live at this particular time, and this is what I'm going to be talking about. Okay, so people that are interested will come. If they can't join you, they go watch the replay. Now, the post-production, the post-promotion, okay, is now after you've gone, you've done the live stream, you also want to go out there and share it. Share it with other people, there are many strategies that you can use. And these are things that, high level, when, if you're ready for this, you can join my academy, or you can even go into my coaching or my consulting, whichever one you decide to take. I have them available for you. Okay. So now let's go to the questions. Do you have a template or a structure for your live stream video? Absolutely. Absolutely, I do have a live stream structure. I have a structure, and if you listen to every one of my videos, you will see the structure is there. You connect to the people, you share with them what you have, you bring it back. There's a concept that says, tell people what you're going to tell them, and tell them what you told them. Okay, so this is exactly the structure that I use for my live streams. Okay, now for you, do you do live stream? Do you do live streaming? I would be glad to hear more about that. Then what's the ideal length of an engaging live stream? Trust me, let me tell you this. It depends on your audience. Okay, it depends on your audience. If your audience is engaging, I have seen live streams that have gone personal live stream like this, okay, that and the purpose that you have for that live stream. I've seen live stream that have gone 4 hours, 4 hours. Okay, so you do live streams, very good. Now, depending on the purpose of your live stream, which you can comment in the you can put in the comments so I can know, what would be ideal is to try different things. Okay, try different things. What I have discovered is, if I go, there was a time that I used to do my live streams really short. Okay, really short, 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I discovered that by the time, there's no way I can interact with the people, because I by the time I'm finishing my message is when they're writing something. It takes time for people to go back, and there's a delay. What's that word called? I forgot the name. There's a delay between, when I talk and the time you get it, and then the time I get your response back. I discovered that 15 minutes was too short. So I increased it to 30 minutes. Okay. Now let me keep an eye on the time, so that's why I try to go live for about 30 minutes. Okay. Now, again, it depends on your audience. Like I said, I've seen 4-hour live streams before, and for this 4-hour live stream, this was for some people that sell products. Okay, and you want to stay there with people are going and coming. It's not like you're sharing a message, but if you're sharing a message, I think 30 minutes is ideal. Okay, because of the fact that you want to be mindful of the people that are going to be watching the replay, because they don't have that interaction with you when you're watching the replay. If it's too long, this is one of the reasons why I don't do mine so long. Now, if you want a longer one, we do that in my academy. We do that. I do one-on-one with my clients and all of that. But for live streaming, just like that. Okay, so 30 minutes. I have a group of social media managers of church ministers, and I try to do live every week. That's beautiful. That's very beautiful. That's very clear who you're talking to, and that's it. So I want you to, when you're doing your live streams, always remember, what is it that I have at the back of that live stream? For example, for you, if you're here and you're looking for, how can I turn my live stream to money in the bank, I'm going to put a link to my academy. Now, the reason why I'm going to put this, and like I said, I just started the academy. To work with me one-on-one starts at $5,000. Okay, and I have my clients that are doing that right now. Okay, but we're all at different levels. Okay, so if you want my hand holding, you need to know what you're doing. Okay, because if you want my coaching, if you want hand holding, really teaching you everything, it's my coaching program that will be ideal for you. But if you have all the knowledge and what you need, maybe not all, you're just looking for strategies, okay, that would turn things into even a higher level, result for you, but you're ready to do the work. I'm not going to do any of the work. I'm going to guide you, and I'm going to hold you responsible. Now, that is in my academy, and materials are there for you. Every single thing that I have done, every single thing that I know would work for you, depending on what your business is about, you'll find it in there. And then once a month we'll hang out, and we map out what your strategy should be for the month. Okay. So if you want that, that's available. I'm going to put a link to this. And if you want to go, and I remember, I'm going to close with this story. I remember, there was a time that I did, the very first time that I got my $5,000 client. This is exactly the way I did my live stream. And I was just like, if you're interested in working with me, here is the way to do that. Okay. Just as I'm saying, I'm going to put a link to, getting access to my academy, the same way I put a link to my live stream. And at this time, what I had been selling my coaching services for was $2,500, and that was exactly, somebody, just one person booked a call, and that was it. Okay, now it's extremely important that you realize that, you see, when you're going out there and you're sharing your wisdom, you're sharing your expertise, people are looking for what you have. People are looking to work with you further. Okay, people are looking, a lot of the people that will come to my academy are people that are tired of getting all the ideas. Okay, you have so many ideas, but then you're not getting the results that you're looking for, and you go this way one day and then you go this other way another day, and you're like, what, I'm tired, and you're not sure what to do, what exactly, which of these strategies should I use. Okay, this is what I do in my academy, and I'll be very glad to welcome you in. Okay, so I was looking down to see if there's any other comments. Now, if you're watching the replay of this, it's already past the time. But if you're watching the replay and you have questions, and if you still have questions, please put it in the comments. I'll be very glad to guide you. But again, I'm going to put a link to my academy, and you can join the academy to join me to move your business to the next level. All right, and you're going to meet some really amazing people, because different people at different levels, and I'm super grateful for everyone that I get to work with. All right, so that's it for me for today. Again, if you caught this live or you're watching the replay, please on Facebook, don't forget to follow and adjust your notifications so that you can always see every post that I do. And then if you're watching on YouTube as well, what you need to do is you need to like, and please, if this has been very beneficial to you in any way, please share. Okay, please share with other people that would actually need this. All right, so thank you, and have a beautiful day. And this is going to be a little bit messy because, again, like I said, I'm using a new stream for my thing today. So we're going to close it here, and I'll see you same time next week. Bye. Thank you. Actually, let me say hello to everybody. Thanks, Abiodun. Thanks, Mary, Nkechi. It's really nice. Sheon, it's great to see you again. Nkechi, Abiodun, Eyi Tokwe, and Loveness. Thank you. God bless you all. And if I missed your name because you're on another platform that you're watching this, I'm very sorry. I'll see you again.